This is that once in a lifetime.
Hey guys, so I finally made it to Adelaide, got my stuff settled in, and this week is my first week of Adelaide, and this week is orientation week, so I just wanted to talk about my difficulty and anyone else's difficulty of just trying to make friends. I would like to start this video off by saying that it takes a lot of effort. For me personally, I found it incredibly difficult to make friends up until about like high school, and that's when I started to think to myself that I didn't really want to be this kind of shy and awkward, socially awkward guy. And at this point in my life, I was still trying to figure things out. I was kind of really insecure about myself, and that made it really difficult to go talk to other people because it always made me feel like I would be judged when I approached other people, so I just really stayed away from it. And then I thought to myself that no, I really should kind of get better at this because this is a life skill, and I tried to slowly build up my tolerance of handling awkward social situations. No, my level of awkwardness didn't really change all that much through the years, except for the minor personality tweaks, but for the most part, I'm pretty much the same awkward guy. The only difference is that I've practiced enough and have been in enough awkward social situations to know that I'll be alright. Like anything else, it requires time, effort, and practice. I often gauge whether or not it's worth actually engaging in social interaction because it does require a lot of effort. And for example, for orientation week, if I'm not necessarily going to be seeing this person for the rest of my time here or at school, then I wouldn't really make as big of an effort as I would to say a person that's in my program that I might be seeing more often. So I always kind of measure whether or not it's worth my time and effort to put into that relationship. It's really easy to just say hi, talk about a couple things, and then just never really see each other again. But I mean, if you follow up with that friend or if you've connected with them, then maybe you'll have a better chance of finding a few more friends. I used to use the excuse of being tired to be antisocial, and I found that this was not really working for me because I was really just lying to myself and the people around me. Growing up, I knew that this was something I had to change because this is a life skill and I'm going to encounter this all throughout my life, because eventually when life kicks you down, you're going to need a friend you can rely on. And whether this be a family member or a really good friend, climbing out of that bottomless pit is going to be a lot more difficult when you don't have someone else to help you out. So how can you help yourself? Number 1, throw yourself into awkward social situations. The way I did it was I made myself as uncomfortable as possible in social situations for a good while until I started to get the hang of it, but it just requires a lot of practice. Which leads me to my second point. 2, practice being uncomfortable around people. So especially strangers, practice talking to people on maybe the subway. Okay, maybe not the subway, but on the street, you could ask for directions, you could compliment someone, or you could talk about something. And this will really increase your tolerance for being uncomfortable in these social situations. 3, remember that it's not really going to be easy. And remember that nothing worth having is easy. But with that in mind, you're just going to get better at handling these social situations. And remember that making friends requires effort. For some people, this comes more naturally than other people. For me, not so much. But just like any other relationship you might have, whether it be a family member or a friend or a significant other, you're gonna have to put some effort into that relationship to make it work. And as a final note, I wouldn't really recommend making friends that you might want to keep when you're drunk, because it's not a fun time. I'm going to be uploading weekly vlogs on my experience of my exchange here in Adelaide, so if that's something you might be interested in, then you can feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye!